Hey, welcome to It's LILLY podcast. Today we're gonna dive in the topic of realizing the difference between a fiction and a reality. Season 1, Episode 1. So guys, women in particular, I know you love him, but these are the thoughts that circle through my head. So I may be thinking these are the thoughts that circle through your head, right? Now remember, before you listen to this podcast, this topic was all based on The Mind of a Broken Woman from Season 1, Episode 1, right? I'm so sorry, this is Season 1, Episode 2. Right, we make mistakes here, okay? I know this is for the guys that treat us bad, right? The ones that we had to go through the tribulations and trials with, the ones that we had to shed our tears with, the ones that break us to the point that we didn't even want to leave. Still, we still love that person, right? Regardless of what they did to us, and we question ourselves: Are you stupid? Like, are you so desperate for love that you stay with this guy? Why do you think that you can't find anybody else? But I think it's not that we can't find anyone else. It's that we just don't want anyone else. Okay? And we fool ourselves so much, thinking that things gonna work out, or we can change the person, or things could change in that relationship. Now maybe it could, as long as the person is willing to, as long as God has you guys' relationship, as long as you're married, the enemy won't play with you, right? But what if you're not married? What if the enemy constantly attacks your relationship spiritually, physically? Everything is spiritual, happens spiritual before it happens physically. What if you feel like everything you touch turns into a cookie crumble? But you know what keeps me going, and maybe it will keep you guys going? Faith in believing that things are going to be okay. That one day you'll wake up and you'll have everything your heart desires. One day, even if it's not that guy that you're so in love with right now, one day you will wake up into a new place, into a new happy place. If God chooses to blesses you, me, with the relationships that we see fit to stay in, that somehow hurts us, strip our dignity from us, but yet it makes us smile. But what would love be without a challenge? Where would I be? How would I be strong? But is it right? No. Because I deserve better. You deserve better. You deserve someone who loves you unconditionally and who will tell you so. Not tell you they hate you today and then tell you they love you tomorrow. Not because you make a mistake. They treat you like your worst nightmare. Like you're like they never knew you. Or like they're so tired of you. Things changed between me and you. How could I not know? These are the questions you ask yourself. I get it. and you're fighting between a dream and reality. The dream is you want him to be perfect. Not perfect, but at least in the middle. Love me right. Don't talk to me disrespectful when I do things to mess up. I'm gonna mess up, but that's when I see how much you really feel about me. And the reality is, ladies, we want that man to change so bad. We want Prince Charming so bad. We want to wake up, not to ask for things, but to see him do it without us even asking. What a blessing. We want to see that he chooses us and no other woman. We want to see that if we go out together and I'm not looking my best, and there's another chick that looks a little better than me, I'm not low in self-esteem, but are you going to cheat on me? These are the questions I ask myself. Do you ask yourself these questions too? Ladies, trust me, I know we say we don't care, but as long as you love that man, you have a heart, you're fighting and battling pains that no one knows. Sometimes that man is not even the man for us. We just want to stay. Maybe he hits you. Maybe he disrespects you, abuses you physically, spiritually, emotionally, verbally. Abuse doesn't necessarily need to be physically. It can be a different type of abuse, and you see the type of abuse that hurts that you never come back from. Or it takes very long or hard to remove or come back from is verbal abuse, is spiritual abuse, is emotional abuse. And I fight with myself each and every day, asking myself, if I stay here, will I damage me more and more? Or if I leave, will I do a blessing for myself? Something that myself will be thankful for, grateful for, and salute me for. But what if I stay, Lord? If I stay, will I damage my mental? Will I self-upset with me? Will I not have what all I want and destined for? Can you make it change? See, living in a reality is truth. Facing your fears and being understandable and making a choice and a decision from there. But living in reality, it makes you want to stay there, relate to you, makes you think that you don't have to work. Ladies, now, shout out to my mamas who home keeping it a buck, but that man gets fed up real quick. And you see, when you're not even a relationship, you've been through relationships, and probably this relationship is your first relationship, so you don't really know much. It breaks you more because you expect things to change. You come into the relationship butterfly thinking, and then that man crushes it, makes you turn from a butterfly into the most angry girl. You're not angry with the world. Angry because you make the wrong decisions, and now you just come to reality. You're trying to condemn yourself. Why? When we make the decisions, but then I'm asking myself, if these decisions wasn't meant to make, I would have never made it. If God didn't know me, didn't want me to be true to fire, He wouldn't put me in this particular fire, in this position. God knows what He's doing regardless. He says He's going to use so even though this is hurting, even though you're hurting me, He said in His word, all things work together for my good. So regardless of who they think they're doing to you, It's gonna work out, and you need to come to the reality, woman. I need to come to the reality. I'm coming to the reality. Now you want you to stay behind now. You see, pain does something to you. Talk to me. Pain does something to you, but don't go back. Remembering or living or pondering on the past. You see, pain molds you, it's building you, and it's creating a stronger version of you. It's something completely different. It makes you do things that you never thought you would do. That man, he calls you names, maybe a hoe. He calls you things, a prostitute. He calls you a loser. He calls you a failure because you're not better than him, because you're nowhere level. That doesn't make you less than him, but yet still he sees it another way. You see that you try your best, you do all you could do, you try to please him, cook, wash, clean, comes home and do what he wants you to feel in. But yet still that man, he judges you for your flaws. When he can't get what he wants, you see the beast in him, and you yourself, is that who I wanted? Let it go, breathe. You're allowed to feel these pains. You're allowed to cry at times. You're allowed to be confused. But you see, in a dream, these are the difference between living in a dream to a reality. The reality never gonna change, but you're thinking he gonna change. See, the reality is he thinks you're too nice. You don't have anything for him to keep fighting on, keep rushing to fix things on. Maybe he's gonna change for another, because he tells you, that man is both ways. He tells you sometimes he don't want you, or he don't love you. Ladies, now these are the truth. What a man tell in his lips when he's upset, those are the truths. Oopsie. Rather they say it when they're vexed, when they're not. A man's gonna tell you what he's thinking, and that's what he's thinking. And I think it's best that you take your baggages and leave. Man tell you twice, and even if he tells you twice, oh my God, they say fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me third time, you can't fool me a third time. I'm raised the peace sign, nigga. I'm gone, I'm far gone. And let stick by that. We let him fool us 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the back. Yeah, we allow that man to fool us more than a trillion times. And guess what is coming to a reality? The reality, that's what I'm stating. Oh, your happiness disturbs him. When you're happy, he's upset. When you're achieving betterment, he gets on his tippy toes, wants to know where you're going, who are you talking to, what you're doing, and he is scared that you end up better than him just by the little bits of your achievements. Sometimes you don't even have nothing to really boast about, but he's just upset because he's seeing where you can end up without him. I'm starting to think maybe you're sent by the devil and not the God that I serve, because how can you be sent by Jesus and you're hurting me, and you're knowing you're hurting me, and just starting to wanting to tap on my heart more and more. See, men get frustrated. I know you get frustrated, baby, but why do you have to treat me so heartless? Why do you got to talk to me like that? Why do you have to say these things to me, and then the next day or later on you want to sleep with me? Why do you think I'm a fool? You see, men, they want it all. They think they're living in a fairy tale, but it's not a fairy tale world. I don't know how to explain how they think, but I know how women think, and we had enough. So ladies, put on your big girl shoes and do what you gotta do. Pray, seek God first. Remember, it's Lily Podcast, Season 1, Episode 2. Mwah.